Hey, what up, guys? Dr. Man 33 here, bringing you episode 17 Jak 2 Let's Play. Oh, yeah. So, this is brand new recording content, just like my last episode. Up until episode 14, I was using really old footage I was recording from months ago, from like E3 basically. I was talking E3, I should say. So, yeah, we're bringing it fresh new stuff to talk about. This the next episode's coming around. So can I just jump down here? All right. So that would be an orb over there, wouldn't there? There's one over there too. Of course. So yeah, this is exciting. There's lots to talk about since E3. Yet games have come out now, and some games I've played, and yeah, it's all. Fuck, brings me all the way back to the start. Why you do this, Jak Dexter? Why you do this to me? Why you do this to me? I need to get over there now and stuff. Anyway, so yeah. So the biggest talking point basically since my last videos was when Destiny has come out. It's been out now for a couple months, fresh off the market, as you could say. And to me, what I can say about the game is, oh goddamn, that game is so amazing. Oh yes. That game is really like 50-50 to a lot of people. Like the people that play it love it, and the people that play like 10 minutes or something said they hated it. It's because it's okay, I'm just trying to figure out. Okay. So I think I've done this area. It's close to. So yeah, like there's a lot of people that have been hating it because the game type, the gameplay style, and the game's about it is not really meant for everybody. Like, I definitely can see why people would hate it, because it's like it's not like your average first-person shooter with like a storyline and stuff. It's like, it's pretty much what you would think it is. Like, I don't know, you don't. Well, it depends what you think of it, I should say. I forgot to fix the sounds, but it's okay. I'll do that later. Basically, the game's like it's, well, you can't really categorize it as an MMO, but it's kind of what it is. There's no like, a lot of people hated the like the story. Like the story in the game is really weak. And weak in the sense of like you do not give enough information. Like from the story, it kind of. I won't try to explain everything, but you it jumps from like one point to the next. Like, let's say I don't know. I'm trying to think of something like the story doesn't really like flow correctly and as like smooth that it could be kind of explained in, and it's kind of hard to explain. Well, not really hard to explain, but there's like it jumps from like point to point. There's no smooth transition between like each point of the story it tells. So you're kind of given this kind of uneven storyline. Like the storyline's kind of interesting, but it's not interesting enough to be like, oh hey, like this stuff happens, like you're not really you don't not playing it for the story. You're not like, oh god, like this amazing storyline. You know, like the game wasn't really made like around that. It seems like. And plus, there's also speculations that the game was in fact. Yeah, how the hell do I get over there? Can I not get over there now? Looks like I can get over there somehow. But like, there's talks of like some. I think the head writer or something left during the way of Destiny and stuff, but I'm not exactly sure what the whole story is. But yeah, so the story. A lot of people that played it hated the story, and so they just instantly were turned off because, you know, some people only care about story and stuff. But like I obviously really like story, and story is a huge component, obviously, when you're playing games, but like for Destiny, that's kind of like the opposite for me at the moment, because the gameplay for Destiny, is amazing. Like the shooting, like the movement, like everything, like the guns, everything feels nice, beautiful. Like the gameplay is smooth. It's perfected. It's absolutely perfected. It's amazing. Just playing the game, like to me, that's like kind of a bigger point. And having like a strong story per se. So like I can live with like a really bad story. Well, like a story that a lot of people obviously were turned off by Destiny with the story, but like when you're just playing it, like the game, what it is like it's like a game meant to play it with friends and other people. Like that's what it is. Like that's what the game's about. And honestly, like I really like those games, the games where you can play with your friends. The best kind of game you can describe to, even though you can't really describe too many games, is would be like Borderlands. That's probably the closest comparison you can make between these games, like between other games and Destiny, because there's nothing really like Destiny out there in the market. So it's kind of like half risk. And it definitely has paid out for them a lot, because they're still like Destiny's like one of the top selling games, I think, for the longest time. And there's still a lot of like the numbers, like they said, like 10 million people are playing it or something right now. So something like that. I don't know. I forget what the numbers are, but like it's a pretty huge success. But it's just really addicting, because there's lots of talk about Destiny. So yeah, so it's kind of like the way Borderlands, like, you know, you go around, you find loot, you want to, like, Borderlands is more fun to play with, like, friends, obviously, right? Like, obviously, you can still play Borderlands alone, but, like, those type of games, like, they're almost made to play with other people. Like, they're almost like you're gonna have, like, you can play them solo, but you're gonna have a lot more fun if you play with your friends, right? Like, doing a bunch of co-op stuff, and playing different classes, and so it has that kind of like same feel. Like Destiny, yeah, you can play it by yourself, but like to get the most out of Destiny, to have like the most fun out of Destiny, is to have friends and or be part of like a clan, or which I know a lot of people don't want to, like, you know, go out, look out for, like, go and look for a clan, basically, right? Nobody wants to do that. No one wants to be like, no one wants to really go out, and some people, you know, they don't have that many friends on their PlayStation or Xbox, whatever, so. But it's pretty easy to find friends for Destiny, I think. It's definitely worth it, in my opinion. But I'll get into that more later. But again, that's what the game is, just this kind of party kind of game, like. There's matchmaking, so you can get matched up with randoms for some things, but not everything. So, not everything you do can be played like be played solo. But there's a good amount of the game you can play solo or find other people to play with. So, for example, like the PvP, obviously there's matchmaking for that. There's these things called strikes, which are basically like three-man kind of story missions where there's like a big boss at the end, and you have to like just go through, and there's like a big really like hard boss at the end you take out. Sort of like the best way I can describe strikes and like raids in Destiny is exactly like in WoW, how you have like dungeons and then like the actual raids in WoW, like you know like when you're leveling up, you do like Dungeon Finder and you find like those 5-man dungeons. You queue up with randoms and you know 3 damage, 1 healer, 1 tank sort of thing. So that's sort of like what strikes is. Well, there's no like actual roles, but you queue up with 2 other random guys. So there's 3 of you, and you go through and kill the bosses at the end and get the loot, and that's pretty much what that is. And yeah, and then there's also like the raid, which is in Destiny, which I will talk about more in depth later on once I get around to that. But so those are like 6-man. So those are like the kind of the representing like the really hard raids and like raids and well, not hard raids, but raids in general, I guess. So I was trying to figure out what the hell to do here. Like yeah, the raids in general for WoW, like 40-man raids or whatever. So like you need like more people. You actually need strategy for some raids. Well, even like instead of just like instead of just going in there and just whatever fucking around. It's like I know in some of those really hard raids, like Siege of Orgrimmar, like what was it, like legendary or whatever? Not legendary, but whatever the hardest one was. Like that was like you needed strategy. Like you couldn't just walk in there with a bunch of randoms and then like do whatever the fuck you wanted. So like that's kind of what the raids are. Like you need strategy. Like you need to have like a full like talking team of 6 people. Like everyone needs to be like, you need to have voice communication. Like you need to have really decent weapons, and you need to like all be like listening to each other. You need to somebody like call out stuff. And to me, that's like the high point of Destiny. That's what brings Destiny together, is like these raids and stuff like the strikes, because the strike loot isn't that great. You won't get anything from like strike loot. Sometimes you get, once in a while you get like exotics, because exotics are like random, like the best gear you can get. So you can't really find legendary stuff if you're lucky, but I'll kind of explain that too. I'm trying to figure out how to get over there though. And I apologize, this gameplay is kind of boring. I'm just trying to figure out how to get. Oh, I made it too. Kinda-ish. I don't know how I'm supposed to get over there, normally. I think I'm missing something, but I'm not sure what I'm missing. Come on. Oh, jeez. I get close every time. I can't do it from here. That's way too far. Yeah. This place is kind of confusing. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so Destiny, like that's all I've been playing for the past like 2 months, really, since release has been Destiny. It's really, really addicting. I can't get up there, can I? No, I don't think I'm supposed to be going up there. I'm really fucking confused. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. the time's actually coming up soon. Well, alright, so I think I might have to call it an episode. I think I'm just gonna search around a bit and see if I can try to figure out if I can, what the fuck to do here, or if I'm just supposed to go back or not. So, yeah, that's that. Thanks for watching, guys. Sorry it was kind of boring, but I was just kind of talking about Destiny and stuff. But thanks for watching, guys.